Uh, uh, we're seeing a total disregard from US elites as far as the United States of America, the US empire. I've read a lot of history. Something that strikes me in terms of similarities of what is happening right now is Roman Empire in the 3rd and 4th century, and the Russian Empire prior to the revolution. In the 1917 Bolshevik Revolution. We have, and in both cases, the elites just did not care, meaning that they had assets, they were ultra rich, they just didn't care if something happened away from Rome, they just did not care. In both cases, we had turmoil. The Roman Empire was about to collapse, whereas the Russian Empire actually collapsed, but in a way it did not collapse. It was converted to Soviet Union. It's a different format, but it collapsed. The previous elites died out. In the case of Rome, of the Roman Empire, we had the Albanian legionaries and the generals who intervened from outside Rome to save the empire. So what happened in 211, Emperor Caracalla, needing soldiers and for the legionaries, he allowed citizenship for all the free people of the empire, which that enabled many free people in the empire. In this case, the Albanians, or Illyrians as they were called at the time. The modern Albanians actually are Romanized Illyrians. To climb up the careers of the military, and many became generals, and they started becoming emperors. And we have Constantine, and we have Justinian. Later we have Constantine's uncle. I forgot the name, the guy who did the price controls. But the military, the Illyrian-controlled military, which came from abroad Rome, from outside Rome, they saved the empire. They actually didn't care much about Rome. Constantine even built the second Rome, the New Rome, the Constantinople, New Rome, but they saved the empire. That's the idea. Whereas in the Russian case, well, you can even say the Bolsheviks saved the empire, but again, there was a different format. Before Constantine and after Constantine, before Russian Tsar and after Russian Tsars. The United States as an empire right now is having the same problem. The elites are ultra rich, they simply don't care what happens. Nothing. They are ready to cooperate with anyone in the world to save their assets. So the situation is actually more similar to the Roman case in the 3rd and 4th century than the Russian case in the 19th and 20th century. Because at the time we had a capable military, the Roman military. At the time it was Albanian controlled or Illyrian controlled. And right now we have a capable military, which is the Pentagon, which is trying to save the empire. And the way Pentagon is trying to save the empire now is very similar to Roman legions at the time. They came from abroad. They came from outside of Rome. All these generals to save the empire. The same now we have outside allies, lesser allies, arriving in DC to save the American empire and by extension to save themselves as well. So we have Tokyo and Berlin and London and Paris and Rome and Seoul, South Korea. A lesser level would be Ottawa, Canada. It's a whole different story because Canada is an extension of the United States of America economically anyway. So we have all these leaders now trying to save their own countries by seizing control of Washington, D.C., as opposed to the elites which are cooperating with Xi Jinping and Vladimir Putin to save their own assets, and the Eurodollar system, and the Khamenei in Iran, and MBS in Saudi Arabia to save their own assets. And thus far they have succeeded. So this is the situation right now. We have two sides cooperating, trying to seize control of Washington, D.C. We have the NATO allies trying to seize control of Washington, D.C., as opposed to Putin and Xi Jinping trying to seize control of Washington, D.C. The American elites have given up. They just don't care. It's gone. They just don't care. They just want their assets to be safe, and that's all. They don't care who they cooperate with, and it's done. There's no reversal. So that is where we're at right now. It's come down to a point that Friedrich Merz, German Chancellor, is actually more powerful, more influential in Washington, D.C. than Donald Trump himself. It has come down to that point. Okay, then, and again, everything is bad. Everything will get worse. No light at the end of the tunnel. There is no hope. The worst is yet to come, and you have a fantastic, fantastic day. Bye-bye.